Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Hope you're doing well. Now, this is a video I wanted to put out a little while ago, but due to not feeling too great after obviously New Year's and the festivities that follows, I finally got my best ever. I say best ever, I do have some really good 6 stars, but I would say that my opinion is that I really like this champion a little bit more than I would like a champion like Ghost. And again, there's no disrespect to my Ghost because it is a fine champion. It's just the case that, and I found like a lot of players saying this, at times there's certain champions that you resonate more towards. And for me, it's a case that I resonate a lot towards my Captain Marvel, and it's my Cat Marvel movie. Even though I've said in the past that I'm not a massive fan of this kind of divide between having a classic version and this movie version, because essentially this is the movie version, it is still a champion that I've learned over the last couple of days, and it's really, I found great enjoyment from it. And it's pretty easy to pick up as well. Especially the thing that makes it so good is you don't need to have an awakened version. An unawakened version is absolutely fine to absolutely tear through the battle realm. Essentially binary durability, as you can see from this 4-star example here, you're going to get the indestructible buff. So it's kind of like Captain Marvel with a load more damage ramp up and interacting with energy based attacks meets Luke Cage. But let's face it, this would be a better option for you, and also it would be able to damage output a huge amount more than Luke Cage. No disrespect intended, Luke. Now I'm going to try in about a paragraph to try and explain the champion, which is not going to be an easy feat because there's a lot more to this champion that meets the eye. But let's face it, you want to see big yellow numbers, you want to ramp up damage quickly. So get up to about 25 charges. For me, it was easier to kind of go build up to about 25, hit in an L3, and then when you do an L3, it means that you gain 10 charges, which means you'll probably get to the 25 quickly. Once you've got the 25, you go into binary ignition, and then it's a case of keeping up those charges. And how you keep up those charges is by doing heavy attacks. And especially trying to build in something where you're trying to get the enemy to have armor break is going to mean for increased amounts of damage. So dash attacks, and then it's a case you can try and, whilst the enemy is trying to do a heavy attack on you, do a heavy attack just before, so therefore you're able to stun the enemy, and then obviously keep up these charges, which is the main point to try and ramp up the damage and get those permanent buffs still on. So keep your charges up and your permanent buffs will be there for a long ass time. Cat Marvel movie is probably one if not my favourite champion at the moment, and it was difficult because I did have a lot of love for Domino, Doctor Doom, and Doctor Doom has been like a great asset to go back to variant 1, not to mention the fact that if you're looking for an option for variant 3, as I've talked about with many people, if you're kind of like spamming in that shock damage very quickly, then variant 3, the end boss with Kang, this is an excellent option. But Cat Marvel movie, yeah, a fantastic champion, lots of enjoyment at the moment, lots of big yellow numbers I'm seeing, and also synergies. If I had a 5-star version of Nick Fury, I'd probably be utilising that a lot more with other content, however I don't, but still it was fun using a 4-star. Because I absolutely love Partners in Shield. Each energy charge lasts an additional 1 second while in binary ignition. Incredibly handy for keeping that up and not worrying too much, as I was from time to time trying to keep up those charges. It is a little bit stressful, especially if you're kind of not doing it for the purpose of timing, and at times it's very difficult to kind of time it in well. I do find that, you know, if you've got a good device, a responsive device, and as well something that's new that you don't really kind of mess about too much with, and maybe touch screen as well, that's kind of good. That consistency with timing in is always very fun to keep up those charges, ramp up that damage, and make sure you don't lose out when it comes to doing some amazing amounts of big yellow numbers and damage output. Also, just that you know, on the sneaky side, I actually used the 2-star version quite a bit when it came to, and the 3-star and the 4-star when it came to like stuff of variant 4, because it's a great champion, and it's a champion I've overlooked for a while, and it's only just been, I think, with this new variant, playing about the 2-star version actually got me really interested in the champion. But before then, I probably would have kind of like focused on other champions a bit more. And obviously picking her up and just kind of utilising her a lot more has made me very kind of inspired to take her against stuff like variant 4, as I said, and as well as other content with my lovely rank 2 6-star version. One thing that's very interesting is that I didn't actually have this champion as part of the CCP, and especially for the purpose of review purposes. But man, I'm really excited to use this in different types of things, and also it's been nice to kind of learn something from scratch, especially to kind of like utilizing content. and I'm really excited for this champion as opposed to my other Cosmics. And I've picked up a lot of Cosmics at 6-star. Actually, predominantly, I think I'm strong with the Cosmics. Yeah, it's the case that I've got King Groot, Superior Iron Man, Gamora. I've then got Phoenix and Captain Marvel. So it's mainly with that line that I've actually got a load of champions at. So Cosmic line seems to be a big thing, which is kind of weird because when I started off doing 5-stars, I didn't actually get any Cosmics apart from Cap Marvel being my first ever 5-star. But then it was the case Medusa was my second ever, and it took absolutely ages to actually get anything remotely good. Oh, 1 point for me, just to kind of point out Labyrinth of Legends. That's a bit of an issue. I'm sure that it could be used in some way, but it's tough, especially if you're considering stuff like stun, kind of reducing in time. So I think that limber and the way that the champion kind of like works. It's important to recognize that with certain champions that do L1s that have 2 parts to them, timing is essential. So you can use your dash attack, but at the same time do watch out for the stun, kind of time it expiring or kind of getting down lower each time you hit them. So would it be of value? Possibly. Is it something that I would recommend? I don't know. Like, I tried something out with Red Hulk where I was trying to wait for it, bait out his L1 because it's in a kind of a 2-part type thing, or mainly he kind of dashes towards you. But at that point, try and hit in that heavy attack to kind of time it well. Sometimes it worked, sometimes it didn't. And it was still cool to kind of ramp up the damage, and obviously being a champion that throws energy based attacks, then it can be of advantage. But look, for the purpose of just kind of showcasing, it's fine. But I really enjoy it. I would enjoy it for questing. I'm looking forward to taking a lot of champions into Act 6, especially in the future. In any case, thank you very much for watching this video. If you did enjoy it, please hit the like button. Obviously give a like for big yellow numbers, and also put in the comment section, would you like this champion? Do you have this champion? Do you really enjoy it? What's your thoughts? Put it in the comment section down below. Check out some other content on screen at the moment, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye for now.